Right here on the center.
Hi guys, so this question is directed at both the cast and on the panel. First question is, when you step into a role where someone has already kind of done that before, do you find it difficult at all to find your own lane? And then the second question is, if you guys need to start like that, should go into this movie, what's unique about this one?
Anton, go for it.
I think it really depends upon what the material is and how the relationship with the original film is to sort of what you're trying to accomplish. I know with Fright Night, will be a huge fan of the original and the performance, and I think our arc was a little bit different. It was reimagined. There's a bit of a different story. In this one, it comes to Charlie, and Charlie doesn't believe him. So, who's this? Oh my God, no. And the light's not on. That's weird. So in terms of looking at the characters, I tried to bring what I thought was the most honest thing to this sort of trajectory. But also, I think in the original, when his mania peaks, I think it works so well, and I just wanted to bring that to this to make sure that when his mania peaked, it was like the original. So it's really, for me, it was about balancing, I guess, borrowing and what you want and balancing out with what you're trying to accomplish.
Next one is in the front corner.
I was going to be frank with any of the actors, but given now we've seen so many types of vampires, the true blood, sparkly Twilight ones, or even the brutal ones from like 30 Days a Night, what would be like your favorite type of vampire that you guys would think that's what a vampire should be?
I mean, I think Colin did a fantastic job of just kind of bringing back the original one vampire who's, he's kind of sexy, he's kind of charming, but he's just pure evil. I think that, as you did in the original, those were my favorite types of vampires. It was just one predator hunting down one person.
That's what was exciting about the script right off the bat, is that this guy is truly a horrifying character, and you really try to put that grounded place where you treat him a little bit more like he is sort of this pathological serial killer. He's been living in this environment for 400 years, and he's got to feed on human blood. So like, how does he go about keeping people and not being detected, and on top of that, he's got to have this charm, this charisma that seduces people, but then at the end of the day, he's detached from emotion. And that was exciting.
You that we had like a refrigerated basement, and he would say at some point in the movie, they keep like turkey. Like they stay fresh like turkey.
Way in the back.
I'm down here on the right. Vampire stories often are homoerotic, and the original movies are called intentionally homoerotic. Can you talk about how you approach that in this film?
Well, I think that not necessarily that it's homoerotic, but I mean he is a fair player. He goes for both teams. He just needs blood, and he'll get it from wherever he needs to get it, which was interesting with his vampire, because it wasn't based so much in the emotional love story that you have in some of the classic vampires, where there's this love interest that he's trying to get. This is just a vampire that needs to exist, and this is how he does it.
He's definitely an equal opportunity fighter.
And it's Chris fantastic.
We'll wrap it up here in front of me.
Hey, I saw the trailer, and when you hear about something being reimagined or redone, you say, "Oh no." I looked at the trailer, and I thought, wow, this really looks good. It treats some of the original, but it keeps its own personality. And I know, Chris, when you first heard about him doing this, you were like thinking, "Oh no," or "Give him a chance," or what was it about?
It was more give him a chance, but certainly there was a certain amount of skepticism. And then when they sent me the script and I read it, I thought they got it. They figured out how to make it contemporary, and at the same time make it enough of an homage so that fans of the original movie would appreciate it, but at the same time to take them on a different kind of ride. And I think that's what this movie does.
Way in the back.
The question's for Greg. Craig, when you think about horror films in the past 20 years, especially vampires, there's a lot of changes. Vampire was the monster, now it becomes the good guy and Prince. How did you update this film, and how do you see horror films nowadays?
Well, again, the thing that, growing up, when I was growing up, one of my favorite horror films that I saw 86 times the first weekend was American Werewolf in London. And back in the 80s, they just seemed to have this way where they could mix the horror and the humor. And for some reason, over the last 20 years, it's gone to like either horror or it's comedy, and there seems to be no meshing where you can actually be on the edge of your seat and then have a good laugh. And that's what attracted me to this, and really, wanted to do it.
Yeah, where you can have fun with the genre without making fun of it.
Exactly.
And I feel like unfortunately, some movies that try to kind of veer into campy in a way that made you not believe the scary part. So that's definitely not what this is. It's definitely not like a spoof or a romp in that way. It's a scary movie that also lets you have a few in it.
Rebecca, here in the front.
This question is for Marty. Marty, it seems like vampires are basically in your blood, so to speak. What did you want to bring, or what did you bring from your history with vampires to this show? What did you want to portray in the vampires in the show?
Well, it's funny when they were saying who's your favorite vampire. I have to say, like, my favorite before, Jerry was Spike when he was bad. Spike before, he got all soft and mushy with Buffy. So, and I still liked him, but I really, I always was trying to get the guys in that show to fight something. I think that attracted me to it, but what attracted me about this in particular, because I turned down anything else that was vampire related, because I thought there's a way to suck. Was that the characters in the story were so real, and I could really identify with Charlie's journey in the same way that Buffy was very grounded in character. We never wrote an episode where we didn't spend a lot of time relating our personal experiences and then portraying them in this really supernatural world. And with Anton's character, I felt like there's a real story to be told about all of these generations of kids now who are so steeped in pop culture and they're so into their imagination, and then they get to a certain age and it's not cool anymore. And they try to abandon that part of themselves. And then what would happen if it actually turned out to be true? That you'd have to change and adapt to this new world. And that felt very personal to me, so it was really fun.
Up against the wall over here on the left.
Thank you very much. Not since Christopher Lee or Frank Langella or Chris Sarandon has there been a really manly, sexy vampire. Most of them are like the adults playing preteens. Are you hoping this is a resurge of real men, real vampires, that real sexy, animalistic, seductive type? Or is this just a one-shot?
A research for, I don't know if it's research, but what I'm sure about is we actually got to do it. And obviously we got to get Colin, which was a major coup because, he can embody all of that. And it's just the kind of vampire that I wanted to see. So I was really excited about that.
Yeah, the Frank Langella Dracula was seminal for me.
How about you, Boots?
Yeah, please. I don't know. In terms of my cinema vampire, I suppose it's just creating a villainess that's pretty new generation. I think Colin does that very well in Jim.
Did I bring sexy to my
You did. You made a good vampire.
I think he was talking.
You had a good
I think he was referring to you, Chris. I'm sorry, I took that as Colin, but I meant Chris.
You're a great vampire, but you lose an arm. It's attractive. It's attractive.
We've got time for just one last question.
Yeah, hi, Imogen. It's for you, please. Right back here. Yeah, no worries. You're the female on the panel in the cast. What was that experience like? How did you do, and are you dating anyone?
What is your phone?
I had a really great time making the film. I love these boys. They're the best. I mean, we all had a really good time, and it's a film that means a lot to me. And we filmed in Albuquerque, Chile. No, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing
before that, Joe, long hair. And it was great. I mean, that's pretty fun.
You did a great job.
And now it's really the last question.
Last question.
Are you taking anything?
Yeah, you get that.
Just, you know, a memory.
Chris, I was wondering, when you watch Colin's performance, actually the rest of you can answer this as well, when you watch Colin's performance, is there anything that you see that's like, that's an interesting choice, I wish I had thought about that, or kind of cool that he kept something in from similar to your performance?
I wasn't so taken with the stuff he kept in, so much as the stuff that he invented, or you guys invented, the whole smell thing, which I think is great, because it's so wonderfully sexual and at the same time creepy, really creepy. So that was the thing that stood out to me.
Yeah. We don't know. It's a really fun ride. It's this roller coaster of horror and thrills, and then you've got some humor like mixed in there, and it's just a fun ride.
And characters that you identify with.
Yeah.
You'll have a good time. I'll have a good time.
Yeah,
Everybody should.
terrific.
Thanks, everybody.
Now, an exclusive look at Fright Night.
Hi, Mrs. Brewster. Hi, girls.
Did you make a sacrifice to the hot ass gods? How do you get that?
Oh, Jerry, this is my son, Charlie. Jerry's our new neighbor.
Hey. Hey. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but that guy, your neighbor, Jerry, since he moved in, people are disappearing. I think he's a vampire.
You read way too much Twilight.
This is real. He kills, he feeds, and he doesn't stop until everybody's dead.
Hey, guy. You got a lot on your shoulders for a kid. Your mom and your girl. It's on you to look out for them. You up for that, guy?
Mr. Vincent, I need your expertise.
You want to know how to kill a vampire? Seriously.
You're gonna need an army.
You bit off more than you can chew.
Oh, God. I'm gonna end him or he's gonna end me.
Did I kill him?
Let's kill something. Obviously, you can't get in without an invitation.
Don't need an invitation if there's no house.
Fright Night.